see that happen. It just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A first down throw coming for Vick. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The first carry for the Hall of Famer, LaDainian Tomlinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And it's caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed passes like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, to help get him out of trouble.
Anderson now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to spin free. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Vick on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, let's go!
Here's Vick. They got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right 20! Right 20!
On the ground, this is Williams. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Vick readies to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. To throw, Vick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They will indeed go for it. Vick under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lawrence Taylor coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now, right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Vick with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike. And that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of set you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Anderson now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Strahan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Throwing, Vick. And his throw is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 3rd and long for Vick. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick. Gerald McCoy with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
190. 52.
Vick will look to throw on 1st down. Brett's coming, and down he goes. Michael Strahan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Vick now from the 50. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Drew Kaiser now to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Taken in at the 22. Spins away. Spins past another.
Oh, my man.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Eagle. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Whitney Mercilus in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Let's go. 190.
From the gun, Vick forced out to his left. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Vick now. Jordan Reed has it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And how about that throw? We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion. But it's the way that he throws the ball. So compact, yet the ball comes off of his hand, and it just whistles to the receiver.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Eagle. 190. 120.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Well, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick. Jabal Sheard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up first and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10. Right back to him on first down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Room to run again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's it for the first. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's got his running back, LaDainian Tomlinson. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a pitch out to Williams. Spinning away. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, it's Tomlinson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Watching Steve Atwater make that tackle gave me flashbacks. Always known as a ferocious hitter, could snuff out the daylight a runner thought he might have. Precisely what he did right there.
A little bit of a glimpse into why he made 8 Pro Bowls and won a pair of Super Bowls as well. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
White 90, white 20, white 20.
Here's Michael Vick. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hey, let's go.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2. Whitney Mercilus in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Vick on the sneak, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Michael Vick scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Anderson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy's sideline, and use him well.
Vick with the incompletion there on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Vick on 3rd and 2. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Vick now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Let's go. Right 20. On. Go.
Vic to the air again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Sammy Watkins, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles get a score closer. Here we go now as they will again try for 2.
Hey. Let's go. Right 20.
They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Vic to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jabal Sheard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Buying time. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney Mercilus in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So they bring out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. With it is Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Right 20. Right 90.
Now here's Vic. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Airing it out deep for Woods. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 3rd and 1, here's Vic. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Desperation time. Vic on 4th down. Now a desperation. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sammy Watkins with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Well, they're going to throw it here with Vic. Able to shake, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Vic to throw. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Vic. Look at the spin. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a gain there of 11 yards. Now Michael Vick. That's out to Hill, right side complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Vic. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On 3rd down, Vic out of the gun. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, oh no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover. Oh no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
On the toss, here's Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ricky Williams taking it in. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Anderson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot for Michael Vick. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM work.